So I just wanted to do a quick walk around before we do too many modifications on this stock. Pretty pristine condition. 2000 MK4 Jetta TDI 5-speed. It's just really a pretty beautiful piece of German engineering, I think. Not gonna find a nicer one out there, that's for sure. So we're gonna be doing a mod that gives it more power, more smoke, kills more polar bears, just all the goodies. So we're gonna take the positive battery terminal off because we're gonna be messing with electrical. I don't know what we're doing. It's messing with electronics in there somewheres in the fuel pump. I don't understand it, but oh well, that's what we're going to be doing. So we took the main wiring harness off, going to the computer, and we need to, not going to the computer, going to the fuel pump. We need to get a couple wires in behind here. So I'm taking apart the connector to try to do that. Getting a little more access to the wiring harness, so we just gotta kind of lop away at it and try to not cut too many of the wires. If you cut one or two, it's probably gonna run all right, but cut more than like 20% of them and you're probably gonna start having problems.
We're gonna strip some of the wires like this, so we can get at it. And this one kind of just broke a little bit, but we're just gonna kind of go in there and just twist some wires up and get it all working good. I don't know, it doesn't need to be professional or anything. We'll just probably maybe throw some electrical tape around this whole shebang and call it good. That's factory. Now we just kind of touch them together.
Not sure if any of you guys noticed, but this is not, in fact, his vehicle that he's working on. I will be helping him install the chip on his truck soon.
I don't know what I'm doing. In my head, this was a good idea.
So it would have been a lot easier if you hadn't gone and broke it.
But I'm a broke redneck, so I break things. And then I fix them professionally. Wait, where'd the... Oh, it slipped out. Gosh darn it.
This is a really good mod to do to make your Jetta more reliable. It increases reliability a lot, as you can tell by looking at all the broken, wrapped together wires down there. We could like solder it, but in the interest of showing all the other broke rednecks how to do this to their vehicle, we're not gonna do that today. But that's where we're kidding. We don't know how to solder.
I think it's all factory and ready to go.
So I took over because I think probably he's just, I don't know if he's had too many beers in him today, or he's just not very mechanically inclined or something. So I decided if I needed it done professional, then I had to do it myself. So I'm coming in to finish off with here. me started and just make sure everything's wrapped up so it'll be good for the long haul. Hoping to get another 300,000 to 400,000 out of this car. I mean, I've kept it in really good condition ever since I've gotten it a few years ago, and I don't see any reason why it won't last forever. I mean, yeah, pretty much forever. Maybe not till I die, but oh gosh, you're bad at this.
You broke it.
Yeah, that's definitely my fault right there. Definitely not his fault that he busted the wire for no good reason, but yeah, we're not gonna tell him that he's an idiot. Let him keep the charade going for a while longer. Plus, my friends are limited, so I gotta.
You're not very good at this.
I wrapped the first one fine that you hadn't screwed up with your tomfoolery. But you could have done it in a better place.
I think with a wire nut it'd be just fine.
There's no room for a wire nut with how brilliantly you located that cut.
Well, I didn't want it to be too high up and interfere with the factoriness of it all.
This is the sort of thing when I go to sell the car, if they're not looking for it, I can just take all this off and everybody else, because it's pretty much in showroom condition, and when you start messing around with them a little bit, some weird people think that it makes them lose value. Personally, I don't see how this couldn't double its value, but I mean, it will to me for sure. I'll probably start getting 200 to 300 miles per gallon minimum, and a lot more smoke. That's my goal anyways. So we've got 2 leads here. Do you know which one of these 3 it goes on?
I think the 2 outside ones. That middle one, that's just an extra in case you break off one of them. It can be used really for either connection.
You're sure about that?
Pretty sure. The Chinese instructions were really detailed.
So, do you know any more than that? Am I just gonna screw up my whole fuel pump?
I know there were 5 pages of Chinese instructions. They looked really detailed, but I don't read Chinese.
Of course not, because you're a dumb redneck. If any of you guys are Chinese and want to tell us what the instructions look like, hit us up and we can give you all the Chinese instructions to your heart's content. Seriously, do you know anything about this?
Just plug the thing in. What's the worst it can do?
Blow up my pristine car.
No. It's German engineering. It'll last forever.
Do you know anything about this? Anything?
About 200 horsepower added. For only $3.99 off eBay.
So he's been on all the quality stupid forums where they tell you how much good this thing does. And so he convinced me to put it on my car. So now I'm about to ruin my car with it. So I better not break that up. So I hope it blesses everybody, because I'm about to have to replace my fuel pump or buy a new daily driver.
I see this as a performance chip, and I mean, you can't buy one for less than $400, so I think we should start selling these. with install for an additional 200.
That's pretty cheap on the install. Well, unless you're doing the install. Then that's a expensive way to get your car ruined.
Get what you pay for.
By that he meant if you paid him to fix it for you, to install it in your car, then your car would now be worth zero.
I'd buy it from you then for 20 bucks. Won't be worth zero.
This is his business plan. Work on people's cars, destroy their cars, and then buy them for them from cheap and scrap them.
Gotta make $1 somehow.
Yeah, because you don't know how to make it honest.
Oh no, their cars will honestly be totaled.
Do I just start this thing up now and see what happens?
I think so, but I think you should route it, like round it into the window. That way you can adjust it from the cab. I mean, come on, you have to be able to control your chip from inside the car.
Makes a lot of sense to me. You gotta be careful with this so it doesn't fall off.
Right.
Might chew some gum up to stick it on there at some point. Nutrition, I was getting a little hungry. It should be set at the highest resistance.
I didn't know if left or right was higher, so I just went to the right. I guess we'll see.
Just realized something.
We should probably reconnect the battery, shouldn't we?
Yeah, that's just what I'm figuring out.
This ain't our first rodeo, folks.
You know, when we get in and realize that it doesn't work, then we realize that the battery's disconnected. If it was our first rodeo, we'd just be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? But we're intelligent human beings. Now I'm going to turn down the potentiometer. Yeah, turn up the potentiometer. Something I'm realizing is that the potentiometer doesn't seem to work. Because the smoke and idle and everything exactly the same, no matter how the potentiometer is. That was a failure so far. So the genius figured out maybe it needs to be the middle one or something. So now it won't start, but you want to mess with the potentiometer? Down a little more?
So we need to adjust the spread.
Little gas. Little more. Make a low. Ah, yeah, buddy. She dies a little easy, but it's fun.
Custom tuning at its finest.
Blow more low, blow more low.
This is factory.
What?
That's factory.
That's factory? Okay, what's not factory? Ah, yeah, buddy. And I bet it'll smoke like a smoke real Was that bouncing off red line?
No, I was messing with this thing. There, I just revved it up all the way on this thing. I was holding that. Just turn that. Custom tuning, man.
Okay, now just dump that. This is possibly the proudest moment of my life.
Custom tuning. I think it's time to take it on the road.
Is it, you think?
Yeah, it's time to take it on the road.
So we got it routed, professional like up over the dash and down in the sunroof. And now it's time to go for some testing. On road, real life testing.